So hello everybody, thanks for joining today's video. It's all about how you can move to Canada real easy, low requirements, you don't need IELTS, but there is no English language proficiency exam is needed. And there is also no age limit. Anyone can apply as long as you're up to the age of 18 and above. There is no upper age limit, because I know a lot of people usually send me emails asking me how they can migrate from the age of 45, 50 and all of that. So this is the pathway for you. If you feel like you don't qualify for other pathways because of your age, there is no age limit for this particular one. And you also do not need a job offer for this. So I know how hard it is to get a job offer in Canada from overseas, right? So this pathway, no IELTS, no job offer, no age limit, and you can get this done. And also no degree as well. There is no education requirements for this pathway at all. All right, and you can apply from any country. I've already started to see questions. You can apply from any country you are. You can apply for this visa. All right, so stick with me in this video. I'm going to be sharing all the information for you, and you also get the chance to ask the questions and I get to answer them as well. So if you're new here, if this is the first time of you seeing my video, my name is Jackie. You're welcome to my channel. Here on this channel, I share information that is going to help you to improve your quality of life by opening your minds to opportunities that exist for you around the world. So if you're interested in this kind of content, then just subscribe to my channel and turn on your post notification bell. So every time I share a new video, you get to know and then you watch the video. And you can also send me an email if you'd like to talk to me one-on-one on a private call. I have a one-on-one consultation, so you can book a session by sending me an email. My email address is going to be in the description box below, and there is also going to be a link where you can click to book a session with me directly. It's going to be in the description box as well, and also in the pinned comments of this video, so you can book a session and we get to talk one-on-one about your own personal needs, to migrate abroad. That is what I do. I help family and friends to move to any country of their choice by finding the right pathway that they qualify for. And I've realized that a lot of people are trying to move abroad, applying here and there, but they are on the wrong pathway for them. So talking to me is going to help you a lot to streamline it to the pathway that you qualify for and you best stand a chance to get. All right. So let me also know in the comments if you're watching for the first time. I always like to welcome my first time viewers, especially. So do drop a comment. Let me know if this is your first time here. And also to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for all the support. Thanks for all the shares, the comments, the subscriptions, everything you do to support the channel. I truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. And I also want to share an opportunity with you guys real quick. This is something I do. And it's a way to make extra income, right? Because migrating abroad is going to increase your cost of living from here to up there, So your cost of living can go from 5 times, 10 times more, depending on which country you are. Like if you're in Nigeria, for example, and you want to move to Canada, be rest assured that whatever you're spending in Nigeria right now is not even going to be enough for your rent for a month. It's, you need a lot of money to live abroad. So I want to share how you can make extra income on the side, passive income. You just put in the work once and you make money every month for many years down the line. And that is the publishing business. If you're my old subscriber, you know that this is one of the businesses I do, one of my sources of income. It's been so good, and that is why I'm sharing with you guys. So you can publish books online, and you don't need to be a writer to do this. You're not going to write one line or one word. You don't need to be an editor. All the work has been done for you already. Startly has packs of about 300 books that you can publish online on Amazon, KDP, and make money from them. You can start your business in 24 hours. Your books could be live and you start making money from them. These are public domain books, manuscripts that have been fully formatted and ready for you to publish. Startly has all of them. So you can rush down to www.startly.com to get your pack of manuscripts and start your publishing business today. It's passive income, really amazing. It's something I'm doing and I highly recommend it. You're going to see a link to that in the description box below. Head down to the description box below right now. You're going to see the link to go and get your pack of manuscripts to start your publishing business. And if you have any questions, you need guidance on how to start, do send me an email. I'm going to offer free one-on-one consultation to help you make extra income. All right, so let's get into the video. How do you move to Canada real easy? So Canada has been Really tough for a lot of people, those that want to move on student visas. So many rejections for study visas, so many rejections. Even to get a job in Canada from overseas has been so tough for a lot of people. And, majority, I would say, based on the people I talk to, the comments I get on my videos, majority of people are not highly skilled in shortage occupations, right? And if you're not highly skilled in an occupation that is experiencing labor shortage in Canada, it's going to be real tough for you to get a job offer from overseas, right? So here is a pathway. Here is a way you can make it down to Canada. This is really good. And in recent times, people have been getting their visas real fast, as little as 3 weeks. These visas are coming out these days. It's really cool. I'm helping some people right now as we speak to move down to Canada on this pathway, and I just thought I should let you guys know how to do it. You can move down to Canada as a tourist. The Canadian immigration has made it legal. It is legal. It's right there on the Canada immigration website that you can move down to Canada and settle as a tourist. So tourists are allowed to come into the country on your tourist visa, get a job offer, apply for a work permit while still in the country, start working, settle in the country. It's also a pathway to permanent residency. It's a pathway to citizenship and all of that. So not many countries do this. You can't do it in the UK. You can't do it in the US. Not many countries allow tourists to legally settle in the country. So Canada does this, and it is currently open up until February of 2025, right? So things could change by then. So I do advise that you should make your plans to move down to Canada as a tourist. And it is low requirements. You don't need IELTS for this. You don't need to have a university degree. There is no education requirements for this. You don't need a job offer also. So let me just share quickly, the kind of documents you're going to be needing to apply for your tourist visa to Canada. Number one will be your passport, right? So you need your passport. I realize a lot of people want to travel and they don't even have their passport. So do get that. And what you're going to do is to apply, you fill out the visa application form. It's available online. And then you will be needing proof of funds for this. And the proof of funds is basically, proof that you have enough funds to care for yourself while you're in Canada. Remember, you're applying for a tourist visa, and you're not going to like staying in Canada like for a year or whatever. You're applying for maybe a few weeks, a few months, whatever you want to apply for. You're free to do that. And your proof of funds is going to be based on the duration of time you said you're going to spend in Canada. All right. So if you want to spend 1 month in Canada, for example, you'll be expected to have like 1 month cost of living in Canada. So it's reduced, your proof of funds is reduced than any other pathway you want to apply for. If you want to go as a student, you're going to show proof of funds for your tuition fees, your living expenses for a year. If you want to go as a worker, it's like that. But tourist visa is like the least proof of funds you're going to be needing for Canada. And if you ask me, I'll advise that you should have at least $2,000 as your proof of funds in your account. You'll be required to show a 4-month bank statement for this. And one thing with Canada is they're not just only interested in your bank balance. They also want to see, how this money has been coming in over the past 4 months. They want to see that consistency, and they may also want to know, the source of your funds as well. So there should be that consistency of sufficient funds coming into your account for the past 4 months, right? So if you don't already have that, you can have 4 months to prepare for that. So you can start from this month to build your account. So you have October, November, December, January, and then you apply for your visa. That is if you already do not have an active bank statement. All right. Okay, so something else you're going to be needing is travel itinerary, and that is basically, stating your schedule, what you're going to be doing in Canada. This is very important. It's one of the things that is going to prove your tourist status in Canada. So you have to, like, if you say you're going to you want to visit Canada for 7 days, for example, you need to have a travel itinerary of everything you're going to be doing in Canada for those 7 days, where you're going to visit, the addresses of those places, your hotel where you're going to be staying. Yeah, you do need a hotel reservation for this as well. So you have all of that in your travel itinerary, and you're going to be needing a reservation, a flight ticket reservation, a return flight ticket reservation as well. So you don't need to pay for your flight ticket for your application, for your visa application. And you also do not need to pay for your hotel reservation for your visa application. You can reserve a hotel booking on booking.com, Agoda, you know, all those kind of places. You can book without paying. That is for your visa application, all right? And something else you're going to be needing is yeah, I've talked about that. I've talked about ties with your home country. This is very important for Canada. So let me tell you the two most important things you need for your Canadian visa application, regardless of, even for student visa, tourist visa. The two most important things are your bank statements. You know, I've talked about that already, how you need to prove the consistency and the source as well. They are not only interested in your bank balance. And the second thing that is very important for your visa application to Canada is your ties to your home country, right? They want to know that as you're coming to Canada, you're going to leave after your visa expires. So you need to prove that you have ties to your country and you will be returning. And you can do this in three ways, either through marriage, right? You can do that through marriage. You can do that through, as in showing your marriage certificates that you're married, you know, and family ties. That's what it's called, through family ties. So you can do that through marriage, like you're married, and then you can also do it by having children. Maybe show their birth certificates. You can also do it by other family ties, your parents. You have aged parents as well. You can also prove those ties through that. And then the second way to prove your ties to your home country would be through employment. So if you have a job that can give you documents to say that yes, you're working with us, they can give you an employment certificate and also give you a leave letter of approval of leave, or whatever it's called, you know, just approval that yes, you know, you can go for your vacation in Canada and you're going to return to your work. So that's another way to do it. And if you're not an employee and you probably have a business, you can also prove that as well. That could also be good ties to your home country. So you can provide, you know, documents for your business, your registration, your tax returns, tax clearance, and things like that. So that's a very good way to prove ties. And then the last way to prove ties is through assets, financial assets. So if you have like lands, houses, you know, investments in your country, you can add that to your visa application. That is very, very important for your visa application to Canada. All right. So another thing you need, I think I probably talked about all. So if you don't have a letter, invitation letter, yeah, I get that question a lot, that, you know, they would have, you know, people feel like invitation letter is compulsory, you know, to apply for a tourist visa. And I'm here to let you know that it's not compulsory. You can either prove your tourist status through an invitation letter or through your hotel booking reservation, your itinerary, your return flight tickets, and things like that. Okay, so if you don't have an invitation letter, it's fine. You can self-sponsor yourself to Canada and your visa will still be approved. All right. And then another thing you need would be your you may need okay, if you're employed, okay, I've talked about that. If you're employed, employment certificate, your tax clearance certificate, and you may also need your pay stub. Not compulsory, but it's something you can also add to your application to help. And then you need a cover letter as well. You need a cover letter or a motivation letter. Okay, so that is the letter where you're going to be convincing the visa officer to grant you your visa, right? And you can use that, through that letter you can explain other details that are not in your supporting documents. Like if you have any additional detail you want the visa officer to know, you can state it right there in your cover letter. Like maybe you want to talk, you to prove your family ties, you want to do that through aged parents. That is a very good way of stating that, because you don't have any document to show that you have aged parents, right? So you can write it there in your cover letter, you know, so just information that is going to help your application. You can put that in your cover letter. So I think those are all the documents you may need. So there are other documents that are not compulsory, like travel history. If you have previous visas, you have to attach that to your application. You know, you show all the data pages of your passports with your visa stamps, things like that. Or you can even use like flights tickets, old flight tickets, you know, to prove your travel history. And then medical exam is something that is also optional as well. Not everybody is required to do a medical exam. So there are some other things that are specific depending on your situation, right? So that's basically all you need for this. So when you apply for your tourist visa, your tourist visa is granted, and then you travel down to Canada, right? So when you arrive Canada, the first thing you need to do is to look for a job. So there are job offers that are available to, yeah, the truth is there is labor shortage in Canada, right? But many of the employers are not open to hiring from overseas because it's a lot of paperwork. You know, it's just a lot on them, both financial, because they have to pay for it, and it's just a lot of paperwork, things they need to do just up to hire one person from overseas. And many employers do not want to go through that headache. They'll rather employ someone that is already in Canada. So even though there is labor shortage in Canada, not many employers are open to apply to hiring from overseas, especially in those occupations that are not like highly skilled. If it's not like a high paying job that is highly skilled, it may be tough to get that job from overseas. So when you are in Canada, you have more access to these jobs that are, you know, like care jobs, for example. There are so many of them, like care jobs are so many in Canada, but not many of them want to hire from overseas. So if you're interested in joining the care industry, right, you can go to Canada as a tourist and then get those care jobs. There are so many of them available with LMIA, but they want people that are in Canada, interestingly. So yeah, so those jobs that you don't have access to outside, you're going to have access to them when you're in Canada. So it's easier to get a job from inside Canada than getting it from outside. And that is why I recommend the tourist visa. All right. So it is legal to those that are just joining me. It is legal to go to Canada as a tourist and settle in the country. So when you arrive in Canada, you get a job offer and you apply for your work permit while still in Canada. This application is going to be done online. So try to get a job once you arrive in Canada. It can be any job at all, as long as it has LMIA. So what you need to apply for your work permit when you're in Canada is basically your employment letter, your LMIA, and that is it. You know, your employer is going to help you with all the requirements for LMIA and all of that is going to be on the employer. The employer is, you know, responsible for getting the LMIA. So as long as you get a job with LMIA, it is eligible to apply for a work permit. So that is basically how it is done. You can get a job, you can apply for a work permit with a job in any industry at all when you're in Canada. And since I talked about care is a very good pathway to permanent residency in Canada. After 2 years, is it 1 or 2 years of working in Canada, you can apply for permanent residency. I mean, as a carer, you know, compare that to like the UK where you have to work for 5 years and they're even increasing it, you know, before you can apply for your indefinite leave to remain. But in Canada, just in 2 years, you apply for your permanent residency and then eventually you get your citizenship as well. So moving to Canada as a tourist is a good way to settle permanently in the country. And I highly recommend it, you know, for those that are not highly skilled and are not in occupations that are in shortage. This is a very good opportunity to move down to Canada. So I think that is all I want to share. I'm going to take your questions now. So please drop your questions so I could answer them. All right. So let me see the ones that came in already. And let's see, where do I start? Please drop your questions so I can answer them. Questions about what I've talked about. If you're just joining, maybe you can watch from the beginning, yeah, so you can get all the information. All right. So let's see. Can I talk about applying from Pakistan? Yeah, you can apply from any country. Any country you are, you can apply for this. It's open to everybody and everybody. All right. So yeah, you can apply from Pakistan. Adi, yeah, you can apply from Pakistan. All right. So let me see. Let me just take it from here. I would like to know more about Lithuania. I would like to know more about Lithuania. All right. So tomorrow, I'm going to talk about Lithuania tomorrow. Thanks for that question. So thanks for asking. You know, that's why it's good to drop comments, you know, because I'm here to do videos that you want. I'm not doing videos that appeal to me. I'm doing videos that will be useful to you. So from your comments, I would know the kind of videos to make for you. You know, it's based on your needs, not my needs. All right. So tomorrow we're going to do Lithuania. All right. So Ojo, see you tomorrow. I'm going to talk about Lithuania, how you can move down. Very interesting, very easy to move to Lithuania as well. All right. So another question here from Modupe. If I skip your question, don't worry, I'll get to it. How can I apply for a visitor's visa for my kids? Should I do it online? Will each child have different accounts while using the online method? You can apply for, yeah, everybody is going to apply online. And yes, you're going to open accounts for everyone. Everyone applies, independently, right? But you're applying for your dependents as well. But, everybody has their own separate application. Yes, you can apply for your kids for the tourist visa, all right? And how long can you stay in Canada with the tourist visa? Before now, I heard it's 6 months. It is still 6 months, right? Even if you have a 3 years, 5 years, 10 years visa, you can only stay for 6 months at a time in Canada. So you have 6 months to get a job offer, right? You have 6 months to get a job offer. So as long as you apply for your work permit within the 6 months, before 6 months, you can stay, even when your work permit is not approved yet. As long as you have your application in within the 6 months, you can stay legally in Canada. So you have 6 months to sort that out. 6 months is a long time to get it done. I want to believe so. Majority, let me see, which other question? Okay, someone is asking, when you get to point of entry and you were asked that if you get work, are you staying what? Okay, the person is trying to say if you get to the point of entry and they ask you if you have a job, what are you going to say? As a tourist, you don't need it. You're on a tourist visa, so they're not going to expect you to have a job. You're going as a tourist. You're going to sightseeing, vacation, whatever. So they are not going to ask you for a job at the point of entry. So everything depends on the kind of visa you have. So it's a tourist visa. So that kind of question is not going to come up. All right. So let's see another one. Can you share the link to apply? Yeah. Can you share the link to apply or guide me on the process? Yes, I'm going to share the link to apply. I'm going to put it in the description box after this. It's basically you're going to open an account on the IRCC website. Basically, that's where it starts. So I'm going to drop a link for you to get that done. And I can also guide you through the process if you want. I do that. Like, I'm currently working with a lot of people, moving down to Canada right now. I'm on that. So yes, I can guide you on the process. So you can send me an email about that and we'll take it up from there. So, and Boss Lady says, oh, Blessed Lady, sorry. Hi, Jackie. I want to know more to go to New Zealand. All right. So tomorrow is for Lithuania. New Zealand will be the day after. All right. So come back for New Zealand. I'm going to do that. All right. How will I what's this question? Let me see. How will I now move my family with this tourist visa? So you can apply for everybody at once, apply for everyone, apply for your family on this tourist visa. It is allowed, right, for you to do that. Or if you want to go by yourself, you can do that as well. And then when you're settled, when you have your work permit, you apply for your family to join you. So you can either go with them immediately as a tourist, yeah, family vacation, I mean, and then two ways: go with them or invite them after you have settled in Canada. So you can go with them. All right. And then this is not a question, but you have an excellent delivery ability. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you so much. Another question: do you assist in the application just to ensure the application is with proper documents? And if you do, at what cost? Yes, I do that. I have people I'm doing that currently for. So it's something I do. Send me an email and we'll get to talk about it. All right. And someone is asking, is the tourist visa same as visitor's visa? Which is best to apply? So they are different. There's tourist and there's visit. Visit means you're visiting someone in Canada. In that case, you'll be needing an invitation letter from the person and all of that. And then tourist is just, I want to go to Canada and have fun, go for vacation, so that's the difference. So if you don't have anybody in Canada, go for a tourist visa, all right? So that's basically what the difference is. I just joined now. I am a civil servant with a family of 5. What is the best route to move to Canada? So this one is for tourists. You can watch the video again from the beginning to see, yeah, everybody and anyone can apply for this particular visa I'm speaking about in this video. So the best pathway for you as a civil servant, I don't know, what is your profession as a civil servant, what you're doing, how skilled are you, the potential for jobs in Canada, you know, for you to go on any other kind of visa. You can either go on a work visa, go as a student, go as a tourist. So it all depends. But this particular one, you qualify for it. I mean, so you can also check out this one as well. But if you want to know about other pathways, if you don't want to go as a tourist, maybe send me an email and we'll talk about it, okay? And tourist visa holders are allowed to work? That is a question. So you're going to go as a tourist and then get a job and apply for a work permit while still in Canada. That is how it's done. So if you're just joining us, maybe you can watch again from the beginning to get all the information. And someone is asking here, can I use my account statement to apply? Yes, Kelvin. You can definitely use your own account statement to apply if you have enough. If your bank statement is good, you can use it. And yeah, I should also mention this. If you don't have a good bank statement, you can use someone else's. Someone can actually sponsor your vacation. That is allowed, okay? So if you don't have a good account history, someone can sponsor you. A family member, parent, spouse, sibling, you know, someone can sponsor you. And in that case, you'll be using the person's bank statement, and the person will be giving you a sponsorship letter, a letter of sponsorship stating that they're going to sponsor your trip down to Canada, pay your bills and everything. So that's another way it can be done. All right. Okay. So the other questions I'm seeing here, I've talked about them in the video. I've answered this already. Is a tourist visa same as visitor visa? I've answered that. All right. So I see. I think I've said everything. I've probably answered everybody's question by now. Please, let me see. Can I apply for a tourist visa without 6 months proof of funds? Because I currently work from home and I want to take a loan for proof of funds. Loan for proof of funds does not work for Canada, right? It doesn't work for Canada the way it works for other countries. So that may not really work. Like I just said, if you don't have a good bank statement, someone can sponsor you. All right. But loan, nah, I'm not really in support of that. You know, personally, I'm not in support of that. Someone is asking for a summary of what I'm talking about. You can watch the video again. All right. I'm just joining what is the stream about. You can watch the video from the beginning. All right. You can watch from the beginning. Kelvin, can you use your wife's account statement? Yes, you can. You can use your wife's account statement. All right. So for the purpose of those that will watch later, you know, you can drop your comments in the comment section and I'm going to reply your questions. All right. So drop a comment if you're going to be watching this live stream later. I will answer in the comment section. All right. So I think I've basically answered everything. What I'm seeing here are basically things that I've answered already or I've talked about in the video. So yeah, I think I've kind of exhausted all the questions that are here. So if you have more questions, feel free to drop it in the comment section and I'll do well to answer them. So please give this video a thumbs up. Please give the video a like just to support the channel, support the video. If you like the content I shared here, please give it a thumbs up. That is a like. And also subscribe to the channel. All right. If you're not subscribed, please do that. And I'm going to be having this live stream every day. You know, I'll be coming here every day to have this live stream, same time, 3 p.m. West African time. So, if you're, you know, 3 p.m. Nigerian time, 3 p.m. West African time. So find out what time that is in your country so you can be joining me so we can talk about how you can move abroad. You'll get to ask your questions and you also let me know what your needs are. Like from today's live stream, from someone's question, you know, our suggestion, I would say, I'm going to talk about how to move to Lithuania tomorrow, for example. Someone has asked about New Zealand. So, you know, I'm going to be talking about those places that you want. You know, it's not about me, it's about you. So always try to drop comments, subscribe, like videos, share videos with other people so they can take advantage of what I'm sharing here so you can help them as well. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate you all. Thanks for joining. I look forward to talking with you again tomorrow, same time, same place. My name is Jackie, and I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Thanks for joining. Love you all.